Joe, how are you, dude?
What's going on, Bubba?
Dude, I'm so happy that you're here today. I have gotten to know you over the past couple years, and you are a joy. You are a great brother.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to let others know, what it is that you're doing. You currently have a operation going here called Fish On Ministries.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to let you just introduce yourself and kind of talk a little bit about that.
Well, Joe Gurzi, everybody out here knows me. I mean, I'm this big dude that walks around and, takes people fly fishing.
Absolutely.
Just one of those great things to do. I mean, I enjoy it. I've been doing fly fishing for better than 40 years now, and I had a little vision one day that actually it was 4 days, but a little vision from the Father that said, you need to do a little bit more than just go enjoy this. You need to take out and become fisher of men.
Come on.
Yeah.
So, all right, back up though.
Yeah.
40 years you've been doing fly fishing.
I have.
When did you start? When was the first time you were like out on the water doing it?
Oh my goodness, that was when I first tried it was probably back in the late 1970s, early 80s in California, up in the mountains up by Mount Shasta, down the streams, just, brought a spinning rod and said, I'm going to try fly fishing too. And I had one and I did it. I just tried it and I caught a couple fish, but, and then I kind of let it sit for a while and then picked it back up again. Long before I got married Jackie, and we've been married for almost 35 years now. So yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah.
It's been a journey on the waters. Yeah, Texas. I was in Texas, stationed out there for a while with my wife, and I started fly fishing off the front of my bass boat. Those Texans thought I was what are you doing? Never seen anything like this before. That's when I really started getting into it. And then I met my father-in-law, before he was my father-in-law, big in fly fishing. And he took me under his wing with a couple of his friends and taught me how to tie flies, taught me how to get on the river and casts and all the special things. And that was probably 38 years ago. So yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Where was that all at? Where did that take place? Where he took you under his wing and taught you all this stuff? Was that in Texas or was that?
No, that was here in Colorado. Okay. Before we moved out here. We had been praying about getting out here and raising our daughter. And God was really good about getting us out, and we got here. But used to travel out here just to go fly fish and see Jackie while we were dating and everything. She worked out in this area, and I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah,
okay.
Back then. Right. And her dad tossed me in the back of his pickup truck and didn't even hardly know the man, and went up camping on a place we call the ranch. It's Jackie's friend's property. She has recently passed away, but they had the Williams Fork River runs right through it, and he put me on this river, and we stood side by side catching rainbow trout. I mean, just laughing and having a great time, and it took.
Yeah.
It took. I mean, that was my life. I sold the bass boat. I brought it here to Colorado and sold the bass boat just to get a Jeep and be able to just get up the trails and get on some unknown waters.
Come on.
Yeah. So
wow, that's amazing, Joe. Yeah. There's a lot there, and I'm sure you'd be happy to, break that down for somebody in the future.
Oh, absolutely.
But so you found this love for fly fishing.
Yes.
And then now it's kind of led you into this new journey. I mean, not new. You've been doing it for a while, but what was that like? Walk me through that.
Oh man, that was that journey. It was 2017. And I was up at a men's retreat I volunteered with Ransomed Heart, now known as Wild at Heart, John Eldridge and his team, doing work crew and stuff up there. And in 2017, I had a 4-day vision from God. Just this fog and images, but it wasn't. I was struggling to figure out what was really going on. And then the last day on a Sunday, right after the worship time, this fog lifted, and this whole 4 days, I was out of touch. Could not, I could not see, hear anything that the team was talking about during this whole retreat. But on that fourth day, when the clouds moved and it showed me this man standing on the top of a mountain with all these tributaries just flowing around down below, and he looked, and I just heard him say, "You're a fisher of men. Go do that." So
Man. So
the
so
vision
you're
of,
you're at this retreat, right? And then you have this vision. Like, I mean, for those listening who don't know, the Wild at Heart retreats are amazing because
Yes, they
you
are. Yeah.
you have to unplug. You have to lay whatever it is that you normally do through your life, technology, all the things, you set it down and you really focus on the Lord. And yeah, to have a vision like that,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
that'll wake you up real quick,
And what
right?
about the timing? I mean, I've been doing this with that team starting back in 2004.
Yeah.
Now here we are in 2017,
Yeah.
and I think the Father just looks at, "You're wasting it. Come on,
Oof.
come on. It's time to take what you have and what you know and go after the hearts of men."
Come on.
So
Come on. And so now you're doing that.
I
You're
am.
you're
I am.
you're literally helping pastors and ministry leaders
Yes.
reconnect with God and
Right.
not burn out. Not talk to me a little bit about that.
The heart of this whole thing's about. Um, I met a young man. I call him a young man. I hope he appreciates that. Rod Jones. He started an organization right here, guys. Replenish, and we hooked up a little over 5 years ago because we're about to do our 6th season now together. And it came through an organization that we all belong to. That I don't need. We don't need to go into who they are, but we hooked up in this organization. He says, "Tell me what you're doing," and we had a conversation. And he says, "Can we do this together?" And I said, "Absolutely. Let's see what this looks like." And we did. We did several trips out here. I think the first year was like 12 trips, and it's just been growing and growing and growing from there. Anywhere from 10 to 12 pastors. So, I spend over 100 days on the water, and 100 plus pastors or with pastors' wives.
Now,
People in
are you
ministry.
bragging right now?
I am.
What-
I am. No, I'm not. This is just what the Father has brought me. I mean, Jesus is just in this all the way, and I can't help. I get excited.
Yeah.
When I talk about this, my heart just leaps out because what you see from these different trips, it may be a little different each time, but what you see is refresh, rest, joy. I mean, the laughter, the conversations that they might not ever have
Yeah.
if they don't have something like this
Yeah.
to put themselves in.
Well, and I can attest to this, Joe, because I was a missionary for about 3 years. I was a pastor for 2 years, and burnout is a real deal.
It is
Like,
real. It is real.
you're-
The numbers are astounding.
You're standing in the gap for people.
Yeah.
Day in, day out. You're laying yourself down over and over and over again, and if you don't fill your cup,
Right.
you
Right.
deplete yourself, and dude, it gets nasty. it gets terrible.
It is ridiculous what the body will go through with this depletion.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard
Well,
on
and
you.
that's not how God intended us to live.
No.
He intended us to live a life and life more abundantly,
Right.
right? But we lose sight of that because we focus on the mission, we focus on whatever it is that we're doing, and we want to see it through
Right.
at what cost,
Right.
right? Like, and I think what you do is incredible, and I felt it. I got to go out with you, a little while ago, and go out with a group of pastors and kind of get some content and stuff like that. But you're right, the rest, the renewal, the refreshment, the reconnection with God, like you can just see it on people's faces and the stories that they tell,
Oh, yeah.
about how amazing it was just to be,
Yeah.
it's really there to break away from the normal routines of life
Right.
and just be.
Yeah. I mean, we're told to rest.
Mm.
We're told to get, in the refuge, under the shadows of the Father's wings, lay down and just take some time. 'Cause if you don't, where does it lead? Where does it lead? It just takes us to a bad place.
Yeah.
And too many pastors have ended up there, and I've met a lot of them that have just walked away from it because they didn't have something like this.
Right.
It wasn't offered, or they weren't aware that
Yeah.
it was even around.
Yeah.
And my mission is to get this out in content so that people are aware that there is a service. I don't even know if that's the right word.
An avenue, a
Avenue.
river.
Oh, yeah.
There's a river.
There's a river flowing out there with your name on it for rest and renewal and replenish. I mean, it's available, and that's what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to make this available to as many mission driven individuals that we can.
Yeah. And so when people come on a trip with you, when they sign up for a trip, what is it that they can, I guess, expect? I mean, I know because I've been, but I want them to hear it from you. What is it that they can expect when they go on a trip with you?
Well, I mean, the first thing is they're going to expect, or they're going to see the beauty of the Father all around them. They can expect Jesus to show up in everything that we're going to do together. That's probably the most important part of it. Then all the gear's there, we're set up. We're there to serve them, to get them on the water, to get to catching fish. People say, "Hey, you going fishing today?" No, I don't answer that. I say, "No, I'm going catching today." Now I don't guarantee fish on everyone, but I don't think that we've been skunked on more than maybe in the 5 years 2 trips. Rod, you can attest to that, please. But yeah, I mean, the guys and gals will, catch fish, and the joy to see a 30-something-year-old pastor become 12 years old again because he's got a fish on the end of the line. How much joy is that to see that young boy or that young girl step out of that tired body and become life again? That's what this is all about.
Yeah. Well, and you talk about joy. Well, something that ignites me, makes me come alive is food. So you don't skimp on the food, do you, Joe?
No. I mean, we have snacks and sandwiches and such when we're on the river, but we have probably, and it's hard to believe, guys, here in Colorado, but we have some of the best barbecue right up by the river. And these guys know what they're doing. Carrie and Stacy, they five-time champions, Memphis, Texas, and Kansas City barbecue. You want burn-ins, baby? we got burn-ins. Yeah. So that they're going to eat. They're going to eat well. Big buffet laid out of everything that Carrie has smoked up for the day. So yeah, they eat.
Man, and it is so much fun. Like back to the joy factor, right?
Right,
That
right.
12-year-old boy jumping out of my skin, being able to catch a fish and
Right.
all of that stuff. And you're right, you're surrounded with God's
Yeah,
beauty. Like the
absolutely.
trees, the
Yeah,
mountains, the
yeah,
animals, the deer,
right.
like
Yeah,
it's incredible and you're in the middle of a river
right.
just
Come on.
chilling.
I'm telling
Just
you.
chilling.
Come
There's
on.
no cell phone reception. There's no,
No,
you're
no.
just
We are disconnected and reconnected
come
all
on.
at the same time.
Come on, there's a better connection than just
Yeah, yeah.
technology these days.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. Well, Joe, dude, thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing.
Absolutely.
How can people like book a trip with you and maybe they're listening today and maybe they know of a pastor that's really going through it right now.
Right.
How can they get this information to those people?
Well, I tell you, go to our website. It is fish-on ministries.com. And that's where you'll find me, and you'll find a lot of content on there, and you'll see some of the joy that really comes out of this trip. Yeah. So,
Yeah, and yes, I will make sure that that's linked below in the description,
Yep.
so people can just click that link. But Joe, I just want to thank you for coming today. Thank you
Oh,
for your
Uriah.
heart.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for laying yourself down and helping others experience freedom and reconnection with God, because you and I both know that's the best connection we can have.
Right.
And so, yeah, thank you so much for coming on, and I look forward to seeing what God does with the ministry.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, brother.